Good morning. Today's reading, or this reading, is going to be for light workers. It's going to be for people who are healing, people who are healers, people who are light workers, who are helping other people to ascend and move. And that is really all I was given in introduction, was just that's who it's for.
She's not a girl who misses much. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Oh, yeah.
People who are out there in the world, caregiving, making a difference, helping people ascend to greater heights, and helping them get beyond the chains that have bound them thus far, and becoming a new creature in the world. So that's who this reading is for. We're going to start with the biblical tarot, and we're going to find out what it is that Spirit wanted to say, what knowledge. We have the Queen of Chalices, Hannah, the mother of faith. So this is the Queen of Cups, and it's about nurturing, loving, and caregiving. And in this instance, this Queen of Cups, Hannah, struggled to have a child, and she prayed for many years before she was granted her son, and he then went on to serve in the temple. And that story is in 1 Samuel, that 1:27-28. I prayed for this child, and the Lord has granted me what I ask of him. So now I give him to the Lord. For his whole life he will be given over to the Lord. And then our second card is Justice and the Ten Commandments. So so far, we've got the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Chalices in this deck. And we have Justice. Now we know that the Queen of Cups is also, she's not all willy-nilly emotion. There is more to her in protecting her young and nurturing her children. Also possibly bringing justice to those who would come against her children, and would come against the emotional stability and wellness and wholeness that she has created. The Queen of Chalices speaks very clearly to the healer and the people who will be doing that job, because this is about connecting with other people on an emotional level and actually understanding their joy and their pain. So this collective is one, and the message from Spirit is that you're going to be empathizing, very much empathy in this card, with an understanding people's joy and pain, people's problems. You guys are going to have a very in-depth understanding of why people are where they are. That leads to the kindness and the loving others without expectation that we see in this card. Samuel went on to serve the temple, and so, not that he didn't take care of his mother, but it was not a relationship where she raised him up like to just become her caregiver and move her in, because that's not the way it worked out. And then you can trust your own inner guidance, your own perceptions, especially involving people, and also involving being just about things and doing things with moral integrity. Doing things in a way where you're not trying to enrich yourself, you're actually just helping others. This is not that's not the motive or the goal in what you're doing. You're very resilient in providing care and encouragement to those people who are feeling discouraged, and that's a, a really a talented thing to be able to do, because sometimes people who don't have that gift, we have trouble even encouraging ourselves to get up and do. So you're able to actually foster growth in other people by providing the care, the nurturing, the lovingness, the understandingness of this Queen of Cups, of this mother. But this mother is also just. And with the Justice card, you're about also upholding legal and moral codes, people taking responsibility for their actions. You act with impartiality and integrity. Um, you seek the truth, and you're honest in your dealings, and you live in alignment with ethical principles, like it shows in this Justice card here. So you're going to be also a person who's going to be on watch for that. You may also be a person that is called to step in when you see something that is wrong occurring with, like, say, a senior citizen that you're taking care of, or, in some situation where you're a caregiver, or where maybe you're doing spiritual counseling and you run across a situation where you can see this person's being abused and they don't realize it. You're very responsible for your responsibility in the situation, how far you should go, how far you shouldn't go. You're very responsible, and this is what you're being called to be, that you will be called to call upon both this nurturing principle and the justice principle. You're going to be called, you've got to work with both of those things, and you guys are really good at balancing those things, and you feel a deep call to do something about it should you run across something that's not fair. We have the bat. You have the power to transcend failure and move into a limitless future. So this is very much the transcending failure. What you've been told already is that you have the power to encourage and nurture and foster the growth of people so that they can transcend possible failure that they've been through for years and years and years, and some of that based on, like, a wrong life motivation, or a constant a pattern of abuse or something like that. You're helping people to transcend failure. You're helping them to be able to see in the dark, whereas they're in the dark sometimes. You're helping them to be able to see what they cannot see on their own. So there's another feature of the healer and the light worker there, that you're bringing light to things that have not been seen before, and in shining the light on those things, that nurtures and encourages, and that lets those people know that you're helping, that you totally understand the mechanisms, you totally understand and get how they got where they are, and you're reaching out a hand to lift them out of that. And we have the octopus: travel across earth and over sea to securely embrace your dream. Many of you are going to be you're going to have such success with what you're going to be doing, whatever kind of healing it is. It's going to end up allowing you to travel to a lot of different places, whether you're doing ASMR sound healing, or you could be a special therapist who works with people who have very special needs, and you may have developed your own program. That's just what I'm getting here. You've developed your own program that helps people that have severe things wrong with them, and you're able to do something to help them to transcend failure. You've come up with some special thing that is going to allow you to have the success that you're going to end up being able to travel. So that is what Spirit wants to tell you just right this second, about this journey that we're all about to embark upon, that we're beginning. Oh, and that turned right over. If you look at my last reading, this card was in it. And if you look at a couple of readings back, this card was in it. This card keeps being in it. This card is my collective. You are incredibly skilled, like skilled as in down to fine minutia detail that no one else knows about. That is why your program, like your musical frequency program, or your program for people who have mental challenges, or this program for this disorder, it's gonna be what it is, because you've gained all this, you have all of this skill, and you're able to put it together and make it into this successful program that's going to allow you to travel and allow people, like, say it's someone who's nonverbal. Your program is actually going to help to make them verbal because of your skill here, because of your expertise in your subject. And I can't think of a better way to end the reading. This Eight of Grains, the craftsman, has been constant in this collective. So yet again, the very last reading, I was like, only the skilled are gonna catch this reading. If you look at the title of my last reading, and that is because I keep getting this card, which confirms over and over again who my collective is. This Eight of Grains, that are really smart, really skilled, know a whole lot of stuff, and are going to be incredibly successful. Okay, so you guys have a good day today, and blessings to you.